Hello everybody. So today I'd like to give a little briefing on the report I just wrote about the DNC cyber attack that happened back in 2015. So this was a really big deal back then. A lot of people thought that it might have contributed to the to Donald Trump winning the 2016 election, and that's actually, and the CIA concluded that that's the reason why Russia perpetrated this cyber attack. So let's talk a little bit about what they did. So, back in 2015, the FBI actually notified the Democratic National Committee that their networks have been compromised by these two Russian hacker groups called Cozy Bear and Fancy Bear. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the FBI actually doesn't handle incident response. So even though the FBI might actually know that a company has been hacked or breached, whatever you want to call it, before the company does, a lot of times when the FBI notifies the company, actually that company will either use their own cybersecurity team or they will hire a contractor to handle the remediation and fix the problem. So all the FBI can really do is investigate. So, but the thing is that the DNC actually waited several months, I believe it was 7 months, before they even notified anyone about it. And so in April of 2016, they hired CrowdStrike to help them solve this problem. But because they waited so long, that likely allowed the attackers to cause a lot more damage than they likely would have if the DNC had reported this issue to CrowdStrike right away. This delay likely let the attackers steal a lot more information, and eventually they, somebody leaked about 20,000 emails to WikiLeaks, which is a website that leaks it releases leaked documents. A lot of times they are classified. But so, let's see. So Cozy Bear, they used a piece of malware called CDaddy, and that's a remote access Trojan or a rat. And this allows them to basically maintain backdoor access into a network so they can remotely, issue commands or transfer files from the infected system back to their systems. And Fancy Bear, the other hacker group that was also associated with Russia, they use something called X-Agent, which basically serves the same purpose as CDaddy. It enables remote commands, file transmission, and also key logging. And so, let's see. Actually, there was a man named Guccifer 2.0 who claimed that he had leaked the emails to the DNC, but the intelligence community doesn't really seem to believe him, because they concluded that this was Russia, and Russia likely was doing this in order to help Donald Trump win the election. However, there is no evidence that Donald Trump actually knew about it. And let's see. And so in response to this, Barack Obama ordered an investigation into the entire Russian effort to interfere with U.S. elections going back years. And according to whitehouse.gov, on December 16th of that same year, President Obama issued sanctions against both the GRU and the FSB. These are the two main Russian intelligence agencies. In addition to the sanctions against those agencies, he also ordered sanctions against 3 individuals at the GRU and against 3 companies that materially supported the GRU's efforts to hack our election systems. And another piece of evidence that suggests that Russia did want to help Donald Trump was the fact that Russia also hacked the RNC, but they never released anything from that intrusion. So that's my presentation. I actually didn't use any AI. I used a blog from CrowdStrike, and I used a story from the Washington Post, as well as one from PBS, and also a memo from whitehouse.gov. So thank you very much for listening, and have a great week. See ya.